Devils fans better be blasting Tupac's California Love and hope that their California road trip shows them some love. They need the points. They face off against the San Jose Sharks late Tuesday night. So let's talk all things Devs with Trey Matthews, host of the Locked On Devils podcast. Trey, before we even talk about them going back to Cali, we got to talk about what's going on with this team right now. 5 goals in their last 5 losses, and that includes a 4-1 loss last night at the Rock to Tampa Bay. Why is this team so inconsistent when it comes to scoring goals, and what are the details that's really holding them back?
Well, I think it comes down to 3 things. One is that Lindy Ruff said that they're taking way too many perimeter shots, and when you take too many perimeter shots, the defense can key in on that, and that results in your opposition getting a lot of blocked shots. And then I think another thing that we need to factor in, especially when they're on the power play, is that they're struggling with their zone entries because it seems like teams are smothering them out of the lanes. And as a result, the Devils are never put into a comfortable position to set up shop in their offensive end. And then another thing that I want to factor in is that they're not handling the puck all that efficiently. And we saw this in the previous matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning. You saw it particularly with the 2 Hughes brothers, Jack and Luke. They were not handling the puck all that well. They were falling down left and right. They were looking like Bambi out there. So I think the 3 things that it just comes down to is way too many perimeter shots, which results in your opposition getting blocked shots, struggling with zone entries, and not handling the puck the best way you can.
All right, when you break down those 3 things, is that more on the coaches and coaching, or is it more on the players?
I think it's a 2-way street because, like, the coaches, they have to draw up the play scheme, but the players have got to execute it because at the end of the day, the players are out there, and it's just like this team has way too much talent to be in this position right now. Having players like Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Tyler Toffoli, I can go on. Where the Devils are at currently, they're not in a good state, and their playoff chances, not completely out the door, but you kind of have to factor that in going the rest of the season, especially with the games becoming less and less. So I just think it comes down to both coaching and play execution from the players.
We'll talk about the rest of the season, but when you say things like this team has way too much talent to be in this position, that falls on the coach. Will Lindy Ruff make it through the season?
I think these next 3 games are definitely going to be crucial because you just mentioned they have a game against the San Jose Sharks, then the Anaheim Ducks, and then the LA Kings during this California road trip. If they lose 2 of those 3 matchups, this is just my personal opinion, he might be gone. If they lose all 3, I would bet my bottom dollar that he'll be gone because at the end of the day, it's like if he's lost the locker room, if the players aren't really responding to him, then you might need a new voice in there. Now, the thing is, I think a lot of people are hoping for a quick fix from the Devils because a lot of people relate it to the Edmonton Oilers situation in which they made a coaching change and then not long after they went on a 16-game winning streak. I don't foresee that happening with the Devils because I think you need to think of this as long-term. I don't think a coaching change is going to fix every single issue that has come the Devils' way this season because if Lindy Ruff is gone, then you still have to worry about your goaltending tandem. Your defense is still missing some key depth assets, and then injuries have been playing a huge factor with the Devils. That doesn't go away when you get a new coach. So would a new voice in the locker room change things for the Devils? Yes, but at the same time, it's not going to be a quick fix in which the Devils are a first or a second seeded team in the Metropolitan Division, similar to last year. Could Lindy Ruff be given the can? Maybe, but I think it really depends on how the Devils approach their next few games.
Yeah, you see with the Islanders making that coaching change with Patrick Waugh, they've kind of been the same team since then, you know. You see a lot of good things on the ice, but a lot of things that kind of got them in that position. Let's talk about the Devils and the right now. They have 62 points in 58 games. They're 29, 24, and 4 with 24 games left in this season. Will this team make the playoffs?
I want to say yes. I want to stay optimistic, but the thing is they have to go out and show it. They really have to go on a heater like right now. They have to rack up as many points as they potentially can because when you lose games to the Sharks, the Ducks, the Canadians, the Flames, the Coyotes. I could go on. The Devils have left a lot of points on the table, and that's been their big issue this season, especially trying to cap off back-to-back outings. So like I said, I want to say that they can make the playoffs, but they have to go out and show it, because I'm not going to say, like, for sure they'll be just fine. No, they have to go out and prove it. So I'd say it's very possible. And when we look at, like, the standings and where the Devils are currently sit, when looking at the Metropolitan Division, they're just a few points behind the Flyers. So the Flyers have 67 points, the Devils have 62. But in the wild card, the gap is starting to spread just a little bit more. So the Devils, once again, have 62 points, but the top two teams in the wild card, the Red Wings have 70 and the Lightning have 69. So once again, they have to show me something right now.
You sound like my dad when I was a kid, man. He would always say, like, I'm like Missouri, the show me state. Trey Matthews says the Devils got to show him that they want to make it to the playoffs. Really quick, tell the people they can find you.
You can find my show, Locked On Devils, wherever you get your podcast from, also available on YouTube. And you can follow me on social media, on X or Twitter, whatever you like to call it, at TreyMatt4, or the show's social media page, at Locked On Devils.
Hey, have fun on the road trip out there. Take a lot of pictures. Show the fans that, you know, you're that guy. You're him.
Oh, I will. Thank you so much, Brandon.